Here's my homemade Christmas mince pie recipe. This is the perfect treat tonight for our Irish national holiday, the Late Late Toy Show. All the ingredients are here around me, but I'll also list them in the caption because it's just handier than listing them all out. Now I gotta admit, I completely stole the pastry recipe from the Hungry Hooker, so I'll link him in the caption, give credit where it's due always. Get your flour, caster sugar and ground almonds into a bowl. A bonus tip, I add some cinnamon into the pastry because it goes a long way in everything. Now we're gonna stand up because this is about to get messy. We've got a load of our fine Irish Kerrygold butter. I always like to chop it into small cubes because I find it combines better when you put it into the mixture. You can do this in a food processor, but that's dead crap. We rather using our hands. You might as well get stuck in if you're baking, eh? Now I get that's a fine looking mess now, but it definitely will combine easier when you start to mix it with your hands. This is always my least favorite part. You gotta separate the egg yolk. I'm absolutely dreadful at this, so give it a watch. Not too bad. You gotta get 3 tablespoons of cold water in with this egg yolk to make a little mix. Then whisk it all together with your gold fork. So these 3 things are all you need to make your pastry. You just gotta add in your butter bit by bit and combine it with your hand every time just to make sure it's all fully mixed in. Once this begins to start coming together, you have to add in your egg, again bit by bit. You don't want it to get too watery. Now, if yours is anything like mine, it will feel very moist once you add in the egg to the point that you think you should add more flour, but just to trust the process and eventually it'll form into a dough ball. Once you get into a ball like this, you gotta wrap it up in cling film, throw it in the fridge for half an hour while we make our mincemeat, or in my case, also eat our dinner, sweet potato and salmon. Another tip, a fool's advice from last year, if you leave it in the fridge for too long and it gets too hard, don't put it in the oven to warm up quicker to room temperature because it then melts, and then you put it in the freezer and then it gets too hard. Your mince pies end up all crumbly. Don't do that. Mincemeat might look confusing, but just get all these ingredients into the bowl. Just get all your dried fruit in there first. The quantities are in the caption. Then grate in an apple as well as a squeeze of orange juice. The reason I make mincemeat is because the ones you get in the shop are just full of crappy fillers. This is way better for you. Including plenty of mixed spice and cinnamon. Get in your melted butter, literally just fire all the ingredients in the mincemeat into one big pot and stir around for about 8 minutes. Dough has cooled and your mincemeat looks like this. Roll out your dough on a floured surface about 1 centimeter thick. As I said, roll it out nice and thin. Get your cupcake tin. Make sure you get some butter in there so they don't stick. You get a little cup and you just make the perfect mince pie size. Pick it up like this and pop it in your tin. Then scoop as much mince pie as you can fit in there. Then pop on the exact same lid, rinse and repeat for as much as you have. We'll back in a minute. So here's the final product. I've leftover pastry, so I'm going to fill it with some apples. Looking good. Pop them in the oven at 150 for 30 to 35 minutes. I'm pretty much quoting the Hungry Hooker, so I have to tag them below. Without doubt, the worst part about baking, you have to clean up so you don't get in trouble. I take that back. The worst part is waiting for them to cool. Now serve some whipped cream, custard, or both. Oh. Now you must excuse me because I got about 4 hours to fully dress this Christmas tree before our national holiday, the toy show. Enjoy.